Talking about today's topic, and before we dive into the questions that we have received, could you start off by telling us the reasons behind children being addicted to gadgets all the time?
Definitely. Actually, gadgets are they are built in such a manner that whenever we get like any happiness or any we are happy about something, we get dopamine hormone is released in our brain, which gives us a feel good factor. And the apps on social media, they are designed in such a manner that we should get pleasure at very tiny cost. So whenever the child is on the screen, the exciting nature of screen, it triggers the release of dopamine, with which can happen, with whenever we are feeling thirsty and we'll drink a glass of water, that hormone is released, which makes us feel good when we quench our thirst with that water. So same way, this screen or gadgets, they triggers the release of dopamine, and the more we get into it, more that dopamine is released in our brain. So whenever the child is in front of the screen, when he is getting that happiness while playing the games, while being on the social media, their brain gets stimulated and this hormone is released in a very big quantity, so which makes the child, even to us, come back for more again and again. And we get, trapped in that vicious circle of that digital world. And that very things which gives us happiness, it doesn't come from, less motivating stuff like studying. Like parents have problem, my kid is not attending online classes, they are not studying, their performance have gone down. Why? Because these things, they don't provide you with too much of dopamine. Because why? You have to put in lots and lots of effort to get that hit. And while you are on social media or on gadgets playing video games, that hit you gets in a, in a milliseconds. So that effect which comes, that is very addictive. That is why the child is, get addicted to these games, and they focus more on this stuff and less on the other stuff, like doing any household chore or getting involved in school activities, like that. Is definitely okay to do it. And if we talk about the quality of games, which our child, it is very important that we monitor what our child is watching, what our child is playing. And this we can do with the help of so many apps which is available on the phones, as well as on the laptops, on TV screens. All of them have the facility of, setting that parental control. And basically the stuff which the child, we really need to screen that stuff. The main things which should not be involved in that is the violent video games, which involves, firing, which involves like boxing, too much of boxing, too much of violent games. We really need to watch that our child is not watching that too much, not playing that too much. And moreover, the stuff which are, very like, since I agree that there is a complete transformation in 2 years from, normal world to the virtual world. But if there are negatives in that, there are positives as well. The children's cognitive development has definitely happened. That they have learned to, design many apps. Many kids have learned to develop new apps. So it is always good to choose wisely for your child, and choose the stuff which is not very violent, and take a maximum positive things from this online world. And rather than taking the destructive phase in picture, we should see how we can administer this thing constructively in our child's routine, in our child's life. So it is always wise to monitor and choose wisely. And, when children are small, they don't have any idea. I have one, like one person in my family, they told, let him do what he's doing, let him watch, don't stop him, because more you stop the child, more he'll become aggressive. But you cannot leave your child like this. You have to monitor. See, they are small, they don't know what is right for them, what is wrong from them. They will keep on doing the stuff which is giving them fun, which is giving them enjoyment, and which requires very minimum effort from their side. So it is we as parent who have the responsibility to not to force the child towards that man, just to make the child aware, okay, we have this way also, you can enjoy this online world this way also, not only this way. So showing the right path definitely will help the child.
Yes, thank you so much, Richa. So, Suhana Pandey from Tamil Nadu says, "Hello, ma'am. My 11-year-old does not want to attend classes anymore. As soon as we enter the room, he changes the tab to classroom and starts watching and playing video games. He sleeps late at night as well. On being asked to study, he says that don't force me to study as I have no interest in studying, and threatens if we will force him, he will stop attending the online classes as well. He has not been submitting his assignments, and we've tried everything to talking and shouting at him and scolding him, but nothing really helps. We feel really helpless and worried about his future. Kindly suggest what can we do. Thank you in advance."
That's a quite good question, actually. See, very basic thing which we really need to cater to in this situation is that how much boundaries we have created for our child. It really plays a very very big role, because until and unless your child does not know what his boundary is, the child will, he'll try to explore each and every aspect on his end. Ki, okay, I'll do this. Okay, mama is okay with this. Okay, I'm doing this. Mama is agreeing to this. I have to, next time he'll move more further. Okay, I'll have to put a little pressure, and I have to, just blackmail a little to my mother and father, and they will have to listen to me. And as a parents, we get, suppressed, and we just let our child overpower us. So this is where the things are going wrong. We think that, okay, let it be, let it be, let it be, and the moment you start, the way I always tell my like parents that always move one step, take one step and move ahead, take one step and move ahead. The same way your child is playing trick on you, he is moving a step, single step every time he's taking, okay, this I achieved, this I achieved, this I know how I want to convince my parents to get this to me, get this to me, I'll get violent, I'll start throwing stuff, I'll do this, I'll do that. And he reached to a point where you reach to a point actually where you think that nothing is in your hand, you cannot do anything. But my dear parent, it is completely in your hand, and you can manage it in a quite, we have to be very very tricky with kids. And since your child is in 11, so he is in his preteen but not exactly teenager. So in that case, the child is exploring the world around him, and he is learning to, how to get what he wants. As I had said already that, okay, like kids, they will aspire to have whatever they feel they are having fun with. But we as a parent, we need to, guide them, okay, these are things which we can take care of, and then move forward. So when you show that this way he can have fun, this way he can have fun, every time the child will see that there are more things which we can, have fun with. It is not only the online world. And if we talk about the school work, if we talk about the school projects which he's not doing, so you have to explain to your child, you have to create that boundary in front of your child. Okay, ठीक है, if you don't want to work, you don't want to submit schoolwork, it's completely okay. But whatever leisures, whatever, incentives you are giving to your child, you'll have to withhold them. You'll have to tell them, until and unless these things are not happening, this is not happening, you are not getting this. Initially the child may throw tantrums, the child may, go violent, but you have to You don't have to give away to those tantrums. I am completely not saying that you just go and snatch the phone from your child, go and snatch whatever thing you have, whatever privileges you have given to your child. No. Again, I would say go one step at a time. Sit with him, make a schedule, tell your child this schedule, and see, moreover, child follows what he has been told. Never he will follow whatever he sees, he will follow. Just scrutinize yourself, see in your routine whether you are using that stuff or not in your routine. Is it that you are also being on mobile too much? You are not taking care of all your works which you used to take care of earlier. Because pandemic has really bring in lot of difference in child's routine, in parents' routine, in a family as a whole. But now it's been 1.5 year, more than 1.5 year. Now the things have started to settle again and coming back to normal. Like hybrid schools have also started. So gradually we have to scrutinize this thing. Definitely things, life is full of struggles. See, we may come up with challenges, but it is how we treat those challenges, how we deal with them, that will matter in the long run. So theek hai, it took some time to come to this track. It will take some time to go back to the track, but you will definitely you and your child will definitely come back to the track. So see whether, first scrutinize yourself whether you are following all those things which you are asking your child to follow. Okay, your child has a homework, has his classes to attend, have exams to do, you also have certain chores on your end. So are you performing those well, or your routine has also gone haywire? So just check that. Set some boundaries with your child. Just sit with him and make a routine for himself, for yourself, for each and every member in your family. Give those stars to each and every chore which your child is accomplishing. Give certain things, give some responsibility to your child of household chores as well. Because see, everything, explain to your child, sit calmly and explain your child. See, communicating with your child that, okay son, I'm really bothered with how the things are turning up, and I feel that I am lacking on those things. When the child will see that parent is accepting that, okay, even they are at fault and anyone can make mistakes, but it is more required that we learn from those mistakes and move ahead. And same thing you follow. Talk to your child, communicate with them, and then you just make a routine for your child. Set that screen time for your child. If it is that he is not attending the class, he's switching on to the gadgets or playing games, just talk to him. Just explain him why you are concerned. See, kids, they are very intelligent. When you're not shouting, not screaming, not ordering. See, kids, they will never like to have order on their end. Like if you're ordering them, they are the servants to you and you're ordering them, they will never, they'll just backfire to you. 1 or 2 days they may listen, but else they will backfire at the end of the day. So it's always better to communicate, sit with them, and tell them like, this is we can do, this is how much fun we can have. And try to engage yourself with the kid more and more, so that they get involved with you. And whenever if they really are having any problem, they can come and share with you and tell you, okay, this was the problem, why I was doing this. And explain them everything, the cycle of addiction, how these things will affect you. So this way I think it will help you.
Hope this answers your question, Suhana. We are joined by a parenting expert, Richa Aggarwal, who's taking us through gaming addiction in your child and how to manage this in this parenting workshop. If you have any further questions, please feel free to write them and we shall take them up. So, also, could you talk about how to regulate and moderate the gaming time and the screen time for your child?
Okay. See, regulating and like moderating that screen time, it definitely will, when you have a structure for your child, when you have a routine for your child, when there is a timetable attached, and the child know what to do next, definitely. And moreover, we have to create options for child. Apart from, see, the child cannot sit, if 9 hours the child is sleeping, remaining hours whatever are left, the child is not going to sit and study all the time. No. So in that case we have to tell the child that this is the time to study, this is the time to play, this is the time for screen, this is the time for family, this is the time for dinner, this is the time for lunch. When that routine would be made, when that thing would be, in abhi, what is happening in current situation, they don't know what to do next, where to go next. But when that structure would be there, they'll be knowing, okay, now I have this thing in line, I have this. And since many things are opening up, you can take your child to the park, you can arrange an activity, you can enroll your child into some sport activity, you can engage your child in art activity, in drawing, whatever your child enjoys, in dancing, in singing, whatever the child enjoys, your child enjoys, you should pick up that activity, try to engage your child. At first instance, the child may say, no, this is boring, I have to put in lots and lots of effort. So try to figure out that you are exposing to that activity to your child every single day, maybe just for 10 minutes, maybe just for 5 minutes, for 15 minutes, and gradually you increase those time, rather than putting your child 1 hour, at a stretch. Okay, you sit down for 1 hour and you'll do that this activity. No, rather, if and in any case, if you don't know what your child like, then you explore, experiment with your child. Just like keep the options open with your child. Okay, this is the drawing part, this is the singing, this is music, and this is dancing. So this is, how we can like switch our activity to towards the other ones, rather than the screen, rather than technology. So when the child will, and if the child really don't want to leave that technology part, then you can have those apps, certain apps in your phone, or in your rather it would be good in a bigger screen on a TV or on laptop, and enroll your child for any computer programming, if age appropriate, you may take about it. So there are so many options online as well as offline. In small groups, you can definitely go ahead and put your child in those, taking care of all those COVID protocol, and putting your child towards that. So these things will help you in long run, and definitely your child will have other area of interest, rather than getting engaged into that online world.
Right. Thank you so much. So, Manisha Jain from Ludhiana says, my elder daughter is 13 years old. She has changed a lot over the past 1 year. She is losing on confidence and doesn't want to go out or talk to strangers. She keeps on sitting in her room and does not even talk much or interact with her younger siblings or even with the family members. She is mostly on her phone watching YouTube videos. She does not want to join any WhatsApp group or chat with her friends and says she hates talking to people. Is this normal? What can be done so that she can become more confident? She was a school topper, class leader, and a wonderful orator prior to the lockdown.
Manisha, I can very well understand your concern, but don't worry. With passing time, things will get well, but we really have to work upon it. See, it is not the fault of your daughter. Actually, she is having, two things which is happening around her. First, her age, it is, she has entered into that teenage scenario. And above all, with that thing, the COVID thing also came up with this to, we can say ki, just to bring in more of negativity in the child. So because of COVID and because of her age, and now you may say that her other friends, they are interacting, they are forming groups, they are socializing, they are talking to other people. See, every individual is different. Maybe your child, she learns more when she is alone, she enjoys more when she is alone. uh, it's okay if she's enjoying alone, but it is not okay if she's enjoying alone on the phone all the time. So for that, what you can do is, as we have already discussed, that setting the routine part, giving that boundary to your child, communicating openly to her, and setting a day in her routine, which we may call as a digital detox day. In that day, when she is not having any classes, when she is not having any other work going around, when the requirement of social media is not there, at that moment she can, that day she can keep that gadget away from herself. That you have to convince her that nobody, this I have made a rule for the whole family, nobody in the house is going to use phone at least for a stretch of 6 hours or 7 hours. And gradually you can increase that time period. See, this may sound really, unachievable to you, but once you'll start inculcating the things which interests her more, maybe she doesn't enjoy talking to friends, maybe she doesn't enjoy joining WhatsApp group and chatting to her friends over there, but she may enjoy cycling, she may enjoy dancing, she may enjoy going out with you on a walk. See, sometimes what happens is, when things start, we also feel easy and comfortable the how the things are going. Ki okay, theek hai, the day is passing now, she is, who is going to put the effort and get that cycle and take her to cycling, who's going to put that effort and enroll her to just see her interest areas and enroll her for that classes. It's better she is there in her room and she's doing whatever she's loving. So, and even I don't have to put any efforts on my end. But see, we have to definitely, if we want to achieve something, we really have to work hard towards that. And if we really want to achieve that, our child should come out of her room, she should talk more, she should interact more, she should enjoy. Basically, the thing is, she should enjoy in a healthy manner. So it's not important that enjoyment comes when the child is interacting in a peer group, when the child is interacting with the family. It can come gradually. You can enter, make her realize that what is actually bringing her happiness. See, that again, I would say it is a short term pleasure which that YouTube channel is giving to her, which that, staying on phone, staying on Instagram. And see, Abhi, before we were starting the session, I was having conversation with Nidhi as well. They are really affected by this social media aspect. Like whatever they are seeing on Instagram, whatever they are seeing on Facebook, they are influenced. My friend, she's become so thin, she's maintained herself so well. How much nice YouTube videos she started making. And seeing that positive aspect of other person and bringing in that negative aspect, highlighting the negative. I'm not good for anything, I won't be able to do anything. I'm not good for like anything. That negative cycle, once it starts, you really have to communicate with your child. I definitely, I would tell you, once you try talking to your child, she may push you back. She will not love your coming again and like poking her. Definitely you don't have to do that. You just, in a day or in 2 3 days, just go and ask. Instead of nagging her the whole day, go and ask, talk to her, sit down to her. And if